morning, people. This is Christopher Adams again. This morning, I'm going to talk about something that's really, really sensitive to a lot of women, and even some men that are not mindful or aware of what the Bible really teaches. That's my goal with In the Fire Bible Study, where iron sharpens iron, is to tell you about things that you're probably not going to hear in the mainstream churches, because people are, a lot of these pastors are trying to, be people's per se friend and not lose their congregation, which is, basically boils down to money. But me, I've never cared about that. I've never cared about trying to, make you temporarily happy by the words that are coming out of my mouth. No. Yahweh, I feel, has called me to, tell the truth about a lot of his biblical truths. And that's what I'm going to do. So today's topic is men and women are not equal. Men and women are not equal. Now I'm going to explain what I'm saying to you, all right? So when Yahweh first created mankind, he created Adam, all right? And then from Adam, he created Eve, all right? And he created Eve to be a helpmate. Now, even though he created her to be a helpmate, before they sinned in the garden, before they ate of the fruit of the knowledge of the tree of good and evil, they both had equal dominion over the earth. They were able to do things together as a, per se, a team, 50-50 per se, all right? Adam wasn't ruling over her. Eve wasn't ruling over him. They were equal, all right? But when God instructed them, both of them, not to eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, they did. Eve being the first one to be deceived or beguiled by the serpent, okay? So, of course, you know the story. Eve brought the fruit to the forbidden fruit to Adam and enticed Adam to partake of this fruit that Yahweh specifically told them not to do, not to eat. All right, so fast forward a little bit. Yahweh is looking for Adam and Eve, and when he find them, he noticed that they are, naked. And I don't want to spend too much time on the story. I just want to get to the point. So of course Yahweh, he punished, he cursed. Listen, he cursed the serpent, he cursed Eve, and he cursed Adam. But the number one thing I want you to focus on is that Yahweh cursed them for what they did, for being disobedient. All right? I'm gonna skip past the serpent and talk about Eve and then Adam. Yahweh cursed Eve. Eve's curse was that he was going to increase pain during conception. During childbirth. All right, he's going to increase pain during childbirth, and her husband is to rule over her all the days of her life, and her desire is that of his. So not only did he curse her or curse women from that point forward to be ruled by their husband all the days of their life, he also said that whatever your husband desire of you, that should be your desire as well. Or whatever your husband desire, that should be your desire as well, because you from that point forward belong to your husband. So if your husband says, hey, we need to go north, then guess what? The family has to go north. If the husband says, hey, we got to move south, you have to say, okay, we're going to move south, because you are now being ruled by your husband according to Yahweh. All right? Listen. In today's time, and of course, Adam got cursed with having to work and, and death, that they were both going to die of, they basically lost immortality. That was a curse. So that means that initially we weren't supposed to die, but because of disobedience and not listening, to our Savior, all these things are taking place. So it goes back to my title of this video. Men and women are not equal. All right. Now, how does that play over into our time? How does that play over to really since the beginning of time? Is that simply this? It's about order. It's about order. All right. I want you to think about this. According to the Bible, the church is Yahweh's bride. It's God's bride, his woman. Okay, so me being a man, if I am in and belong to the church of Yahweh, God, then I am spiritually his bride, his woman, which means that when I read the Bible, I'm reading about what my husband, she, okay, that's what that means in Hebrew, desires of me. God tells me, hey, I want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. I want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. So if I claim Christianity, if I claim that I want to follow Christ and do what he commands of me, then I must submit myself as his bride. I must submit myself, even though I'm a man, I must submit myself to his word and be obedient like I'm doing right now. Yahweh put on my heart to talk about order, to talk about men and women and the role, because it's a role that you are playing or that you're a part of or that you were assigned to do or live out. So if you are a husband listening to me right now, if you are a wife listening to me right now, now when I say husband and wife, I'm not talking about society's standard of husband and wife because it is misconstrued. When I say husband, I'm talking about a human that was actually born a man and is still a man physically right now. When I say a woman, a wife, I'm referring to a human that was born a female, that was born female and is still a female. That's a wife. It's not a man being a wife, a man or a woman being a husband. No. All right. I'm speaking according to what the Bible teaches, not what the world choose to accept or try to make laws for. All right. Now, by me saying that, do know if you are a person you're homosexual, whatever it may be, I have, videos pertaining to that. And if you have any questions, you can talk to me directly about, various issues. That's fine. But getting back on point, men and women are not created equal. All right. Well, men and women are not equal. We were created equal, but men and women are not equal because of the fall, because of the disobedience in the garden. All right. So what does this mean? This means that if you are a woman and you are seeking to be a wife according to the Bible, if you are a naturally born female and you're seeking to have a naturally born male as your husband, understand that when you say I do, when I will be your wife, you are giving up, okay? You are giving up your freedom to do per se what you want to do. Now, understand this. You should not marry or give yourself or submit the rest of your life to a man that is not submitted unto Yahweh. It is a order process. If you are a woman of God, all right, and a man is pursuing you, but he is not pursuing Christ, he is not pursuing God, then that is not a man that you should follow or marry or give your heart to or be with, because he would not be able to lead you where Christ wants you to go. He's not going to make godly decisions for the family. He's going to be of this world. Now, I'm not saying that if a man is not in church or not going to church, that he's not a man that couldn't possibly become or be, a good man or whatever it may be. That's not what I'm saying, because the Bible does say if the woman is saved and the man is not saved, for the woman not to put the man away, because through marriage, he is saved. All right, and that means that basically when you're with someone, and if you are truly into God, into Yahweh, into His Word, and you're studying, you're teaching, then the person that you're with, eventually they're going to either take God seriously if you're serious, or they're going to leave because they can't live up to the role that you are demanding. Because if you are a woman of God and you know that, if I marry this man, according to the word, I have to submit to him. I have to do what he asks me to do. And is this a man I really want to follow? Because if this man is not following Christ, then why am I wasting my time with this man? Okay. So I know this concept, this subject is touchy for a lot of people. Specifically, I feel women that really never really knew what the word was truly saying. Because once again, a lot of these so-called pastors, and that's what I call them, these so-called pastors try to stay away from sensitive subjects, sensitive topics. The reason our world is so messed up is because there's no structure at home. You have a lot of role reversal at home. You have the women making all the decisions for the most part, and the guys don't say nothing because, the husbands or the men don't say nothing because they don't want to make her upset. They don't want to be in the doghouse. And so they just be quiet and they allow these things to take place that they know deep down inside are not meant to be. Now, I want to clear some things up. Women are just as intelligent as any man. There are very smart women that can make very good choices and decisions and all of those good things. So I don't want you to think in this video that I'm coming from the mindset of, women can't say nothing and women can't do that. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is you need to understand that when you claim to be a wife, according to the Bible, that means that you need to submit to your husband. Now, if your husband is not doing what he is supposed to do, he is not following Christ, then you need to go to Christ in prayer. You need to pray for him that God intervenes. And guess what? God will intervene. But you have to be a praying woman. And likewise, husband, if you have a wife, and your wife is not really doing what she's supposed to do as a wife, you need to go to God in prayer about it. Talk to her about it. And whatnot, because in America, we wasn't raised to be husband and wives. Most people, I feel, just like the concept of saying, hey, I'm married, hey, that's my husband, hey, that's my wife, but they really don't know what that title, the responsibility and duties of that title really hold, and so I just want to use this video as a way to help you reevaluate, do you really want marriage? Because see, Yahweh, I heard this pastor some years back, Pastor Michael Polite. He did a great sermon on, marriage and why God created marriage. And it made a lot of sense. But basically what he was saying was that, do you really think God, Yahweh, cares about your happiness? It sounds crazy, but it's really true. Do you think he really cares about your happiness, or does he care more about your salvation, making you or helping you to become a better person? And he said, what better tool could God have ever made than the concept of marriage? Because now you have somebody with you that's going to be constantly watching everything that you do, constantly, making, not saying that their mindset during that time is of a mature mindset, but the reality is they're going to call you out on a lot of things that you're not doing or you should be doing, and everything should be constructive criticism, but just getting back to my point, in a marriage, in a godly marriage between an actual born male and born female that claim to be husband and wife, the husband has the final say so, all right, over a decision. Now, once again, if your husband is doing some things that he's not supposed to do, he's not thinking clearly, you are to go to Yahweh in prayer about it. You can speak to your husband, you can speak to him, but you must be respectful. You know, men desire respect, and women desire to be loved, and that's something that I heard from a pastor that just recently, told that to me, and it makes a lot of sense, and it's true. You know, men, we desire respect because respect to us is being loved, and for women, they feel respected when you actually show them that you love them. You know, but it's a give and take. But I hope that I was able to shed a little light this morning about just really thinking about the title of husband and the title of wife. And are you more of a, if you're a woman, do you find yourself acting more like the man in a relationship? If so, you need to work on that because that's not what God designed you to be. God designed you to be soft. He designed, and soft does not necessarily mean weak as in not powerful or smart or intelligent. No, it's a contrast. You know, Yahweh designed you to be beautiful, not just on the outside, but on the inside. Um, a woman to a man is his everything, you know, and men need, God said it's not good for man to be alone. Men need to have something that's the opposite of them in their living quarters. They need something that's going to help remind them to relax, to calm down, to take it easy. A man should not feel like he's living with a man, and a woman should not feel like she's living with another female. Guys, a woman needs something that's hard, something that's tough, something that is the opposite of what she is. And that's the beauty of man and woman. And in this world today, they're trying to blend hard and soft, and they're trying to blend the man and the woman. It doesn't, but God didn't make it that way. God had men and God had women. But anyway, my name is Chris Adams, and if you have any questions about this video, if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel and see some other videos, feel free to do that. You can also call me directly at 615-594-7324. And my YouTube channel is In the Fire Bible Study. Okay, In the Fire Bible Study. So check me out, subscribe, and reach out to me. You have a blessed day. Take care.